Hey folks, it's Florida Deere. Today we're going to try, and I say try because I've done this before, but one time before, but it was a pain in the butt, to install this hydraulic tiller on the GX345 here. This is a very popular John Deere tractor, and I'm not sure how popular the 42-inch tiller was, but it was somewhat popular, I guess. And they came with a mechanical tiller as well, like you could get a 30-inch mechanical tiller or the 42-inch hydraulic tiller here. And I used to have a 42-inch hydraulic tiller on my 445, but it mounted obviously with a 3-point hitch. Anyway, we'll get into that just shortly here. But before we go on, if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you wanted to see more videos concerning the John Deere garden tractors and John Deere 1 Series, you can click the subscribe button as well. I'd appreciate that. Thanks.
Okay, I got the work light out, not so much for this, but you can see these hooks right here and right there. They will go into that bolt right there and that bolt right there. And then underneath the tractor, as you can see further over there, probably a little easier. That right there will bolt on to this right there. There's actually one on the other side, and then that right there is what we're looking at. Those will bolt here, and then on the other side right there, as you can see, and then the lift mechanism is over there, and that'll bolt to right here. That thing's pretty mangled up. Not sure how it got that way, but I mean, it wasn't in my position that happened, or my possession that happened, but it did happen. So, and then of course, this belt will go to the front pulley that the mower deck will go to. It works just fine. I couldn't figure out the deck lift mechanism before, but I think that's just because I didn't adjust the deck height thing right there. I think I had it too far up, so it would only move a little bit, but we'll see if we can fix that this time. The hydraulic tiller worked. I did do a fluid changeover and a filter changeover, and I replaced that top hose. That may or may not be connected to that fluid change. So stay tuned and we'll keep working on how to do this. So I've seen people install these on like the new X500 series tractors, like X540s or X590s, but I've never seen one installed on the GX345. And what you can see here is the same issue I had last time. I basically had to elevate the tractor, but you have to elevate the tiller enough to get those hooks to go over those bolts. But then if you elevate it too much, and actually this was kind of the issue even before I elevated it, the pump mechanism along with the belt and pulleys isn't actually low enough to clear the transmission. So we'll probably have to jack up one part of the tractor just to get that up under there, and then once that's past the transmission, we'll be fine to lower that and connect the rest of it together. So I'm pretty certain in the stock instructions it does not involve a floor jack, but this is not a stock installation. Oh, we're pretty well lined up there. Actually, I need to scoot the tiller over like a ½ inch or something, maybe an inch. But you can see the hooks are about at the level they need to be to hit those bolts. And then we'll tie up the front end once we get there. Not something I can do with my 1023. Just rip it up and scoot it over. Okay. Make sure we cleared everything underneath. Oh, dang. Shoot. Okay, it would have been smart of me to take out these pins. So these things, and that pin just slides out this way. And then, well, that'll slide forward and then hook around there, you'll see in a minute.
So here I made an attempt to get my son to help me, and apparently there's some appearances from my dog as well. And it's really not something that I was really comfortable as having him help me at the beginning, but then having his hands in there and me, moving that thing around, I was not wild about, having pinch fingers, and so I had him in the back. And you might notice there's a ratchet strap as well. So there were some pieces of wood, ratchet strap, and a floor jack that were involved in getting this on. If you watch some other videos for the later tractors, and maybe this would be the same for other GX models, it seems like the people easily slide it on there and it's no issues, but I definitely had some clearance issues. And then here we're dealing with alignment issues, as well as trying to snug the tiller up against the tractor as well so it'll all fit together. But we got it there. Okay, so with a little help from a ratchet strap, I was able to tighten the tiller up onto the tractor, because that's actually what we needed to do, and I'll show you. Those are on there and there. It looks like it's not quite straight, like the left side needs to tighten up on the tractor, but we'll do that in a second here. It might be an adjustment or something too. And then, as you can see, this just goes like this. And you put the pin in there, and then that's squared away. Then we'll soon put the this on the lever that makes the deck go up and down, and then put the belt on, and then we'll be good to go, I think. Okay, so we have these clips up front. There's one on each side. You have the belt that's been connected right here. And we also have this lift bar right here. Okay, that will go forward and backwards. This bar causing this lever to go forward and backwards, causing the tiller to go up and down, allegedly. So we'll see. Like I said, the tiller itself ran fine, but I wasn't able to get it to lift up and down last time, so we'll see. And then before we do that, there's like a transport pin right here that we'll take out. That allows it to be locked in the position that you see the tiller in right now, which is tilted up. Obviously, it won't do anything, no matter what we do with the lift mechanism, if that pin is still in there. So that pin was out when I tried it last time. Again, I think it was the deck adjustment thing that I didn't have correct, so we'll see. Hey folks, so this is the final clip. Everything works. I did take it out and try it out. I don't have a video yet for that because it was dark outside. And yes, I've been waiting all week to do this. I had the tiller on there and then put the deck on and then put the tiller back on after I did the maintenance. So yes, even though it's dark, I really wanted to see if it would do the work that it was supposed to. And then the other thing I was able to figure out, and I guess I was just too stupid all week to figure out that it was the deck adjustment. I have it on 0 now and it goes up and down just fine. And that brings me to another topic, that there was another guy that reached out about the tiller when I initially listed it. Actually, it was part of a package, something else, a package with a bunch of other stuff. And he asked about having a heavy duty cylinder. And I was like, what? And so I went to the internet, YouTube, Google, the tractor forums. I couldn't find anything that said something about that. But he showed a picture that looked like, it had 2 cylinders and both had John Deere part numbers. And he said, or at least what he was told, was that without the heavy duty lift cylinder, you couldn't lift the tiller because it was so much, heavier than the deck. But I will tell you that it lifts the deck lifts the tiller just fine. and with the regular one, because after he said that, I actually came out here and ripped off the seat pan to look to see if it had the same cylinder as the other GX345 that I just took apart. And it in fact had the same cylinder, so that's the stock cylinder that it has, and it lifts it just fine. So you don't need a heavy duty cylinder to operate this tiller. And so I think the information that he had was, you know, I don't want to say it was erroneous, but it was definitely not accurate in the sense that you don't need a heavy duty cylinder to operate this tiller. You can operate it with a stock cylinder. And I will show that in the video when I show you tilling with it, probably sometime in this next week or so. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, or if you found it helpful. And if you didn't like it, I guess you could hit the dislike button. And if you want to see more videos about John Deere garden tractors and John Deere 1 Series tractors, you can click the subscribe button. And again, thanks for watching. Have a good night. Bye.